Welcome back, peeps. Here comes another video on rational expressions, but this time we're going to add and subtract. So, in our pregame video, we showed you the difference between multiplying fractions and adding or subtracting. When you add and subtract, you must have a common denominator. So that's what makes adding and subtracting rational functions a little bit trickier, because you're not just multiplying the top and the bottom by a number to get the same numeric denominator. Now you have expressions that could be in the denominator. So for this first one, don't think that you can just add 2 to here and x to that and make that the same. You have to remember, x plus 2 is its own term. 4 is its own term. So to get your least common denominator for this first one, it's going to be 4 times x plus 2. So this fraction needs the 4. And this fraction over here needs the x plus 2. Now I want to warn you that you should always keep the terms separate. You don't want to distribute the 4 and turn that into 4x plus 8, okay? So what happens here is the numerator on this, we do want to distribute for the top. You want to leave your bottom factored. So this becomes x squared plus 2x all over 4 times x plus 2 plus, and over here we have 12 all over 4 times x plus 2. Now we have the same denominator. Once you have the same denominator, it's okay to add the numerators. So we're just going to get x squared plus 2x plus 12 all over 4 times x plus 2. And for the purpose of this example, we are done. There are times where this will be factorable, but not this time. So if it can be factored, you want to make sure that you do. But this one, we just wanted to show you the step process, okay? So make sure you get a common denominator. That is your first job. Once you have a common denominator, make sure you multiply the numerators by what you need to. Then you just go ahead and simplify. Okay, let's do it again with this second one. First thing you need to do is factor this. This is x squared minus 4, so that's x plus 2 and x minus 2. So this side's good to go. This side has an x plus 2. It's missing the x minus 2. Okay, so now we have a common denominator of x plus 2 and x minus 2. So we have x plus 2, x minus 2. Now we need to add the top. So what you have is a 4x. You have to be very careful. This is a minus 3. So this actually becomes 4x minus 3x plus 6, because you are subtracting this whole thing. So negative 3 times x is a negative 3x, and a negative 3 times a negative 2 is a positive 6. Okay, so then once that simplifies, you're going to have 4x minus 3x plus 6. That'll give you x plus 6. Okay, and now this one is done. You cannot simplify any x's. Everything is good to go. So the purpose of those first two examples were to just be pretty easy and straightforward in showing you what to do. So now let's go look at some others. Number 3. You have x minus 2 and you have 6x. Now remember, x minus 2 is its own term. You can split this into a 6 and an x if you want to, but since there's no x that stands alone or a 6 that stands alone over here, it's really not that necessary to have them separate. But if you want to be safe, keep it that way. So this side is missing the 6x. And this side is missing the x minus 2. So now you have a common denominator of 6x times x minus 2. And your numerators now, you have 7 times 6x, which is going to give you 42x, plus, now you have to FOIL these. You have an x plus 3 and an x minus 2. So that's going to give you x squared plus x minus 6. And then you have to put all of that together. So the final answer for this guy is going to be x squared plus 43x minus 6 all over 6x times x minus 2. And again, nothing you can do with that, so you're good to go. Example number 4. You have to factor this guy first. That's an x plus 2 and an x plus 3. So this guy needs an x plus 3. And now you just have to factor, or FOIL on the top. So that's going to give you x squared plus 4x plus 3 minus 7x minus 13. Because when you are subtracting, you have to remember to subtract both terms. And that, of course, is all over x plus 2 times x plus 3. And now you got to combine all of your like terms. So we're going to have x squared minus 3x minus 10 all over x plus 2 and x plus 3. But this can be simplified. What multiplies to a negative 10 and adds to a negative 3 would be an x minus 5 and an x plus 2 all over x plus 2 and x plus 3. And we have something that can cancel. Those x plus 2's can cancel. So your final answer is x minus 5 over x plus 3. And you are done. So the reason why adding and subtracting is a little bit more challenging is because you have to have a common denominator, which is not the case with multiplying and dividing. So make sure you treat these separately. Also, make sure you subtract both terms. Okay? So, we've got a big dog for you. It's really not that challenging except for the fact that you have a pretty big common denominator. So what I would like you to do is pause the video and see if you can run with this guy, but the denominator part is going to be a little challenging because you're going to have a lot of algebra. So there's going to be a lot of foiling and distributing and combining like terms. Algebraically, this one is a nightmare. However, it's all the same steps. So I would like you to see if you can handle this big dog on your own. As soon as you're ready, click play and you'll see the step-by-step, and we'll be done for this video. Okay, so sometimes it's best to just list your least common denominator. You have an x plus 1 that is together, a 2x minus 3 which is together, and an x. So your common denominator is actually x times x plus 1 times 2x minus 3. So these are going to need multiple terms. That's what makes this one challenging. So this fraction needs the 2x minus 3 and the x multiplied to the top and bottom. The middle one needs the x and the x plus 1. And this last one needs both the x plus 1 and the 2x minus 3. And that's why this one was a little bit of a challenge. So if you think about it, the first one you have 4x times x times 2x minus 3 plus 5 times x plus 1 minus 4 times x plus 1 times 2x minus 3. So you have distributing, foiling, and then a lot of combining like terms. So let's just start working. 4x times x is 4x squared. Times 2x minus 3, that's going to give us 8x cubed minus 12x squared. Okay, so that's the first term, or the first section. Now we have 5 times x is 5x times our x plus 1, so that's going to give us 5x squared plus 5x. And now we have a negative 4 times this, so it might be easier to FOIL this side first. So you have 2x squared minus x minus 3 all times a negative 4. So that's going to give us negative 8x squared plus 4x plus 12. So again, nothing was complicated. There's just a lot of it. So now you need to put this all together. So we only have an 8x cubed. We have negative 12x squared, positive 5x squared, and a negative 8x squared. So that's going to give us a negative 15x squared. We have 5x and 4x, which is a 9x. And then we have our plus 12. And of course you would check to see if that can be grouped. It can't. So then we just have to leave it all over x times x plus 1 times 2x minus 3. Okay? And that is how you simplify a big nasty fraction like that. So this guy, it was, like I said, it was meant to just be algebraically intense, but it's not difficult. We already know how to distribute. We already know how to FOIL. We already know how to combine like terms. So that was the big fun example right there. That's it for this video. This is Longo and I'm out. See you, bye.